to Agnes Bikepacking. I'm just out for a single night ride. I'm going to do a sort of an initial, I'm not going to say review, it's not a review, initial look at my new 2-man tent, which is Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2. So 2-man tent, and if you watch my Scotland video, you'll know what I thought of my 1-man tent, which in its own right is a very good tent. It's a very high quality, very lightweight, very compact 1-man tent, but it's just not comfortable. You can't live in it. Also, I can't take my son out walking with it. So I've always wanted to get a 2-man tent that would just allow me to go out bikepacking but have some space to be able to live through a midge infestation or rain or whatever's going on, and just have a comfortable existence for the evening. The other one is great if you really wanted to go as light as possible, then it's great, but it's just I can't see myself using it that much. I'm going relatively lightweight today, so it literally is just the bag on the front. I think I've got a couple of little luxuries, so I'm not as light as I could be. I definitely could be lighter, and I will do a trip where I go absolutely as light as I can with the gear that I've got, but not quite this time because the sleeping mat is my bigger one, bit more comfort for me. And something else I've got on the back here is the Apogee 9 litre bag. The 17 litre is what I had before, which came all the way down to here. It had 2 straps, came all the way down to here. It used to rub on there, and that used to wind me up, and I didn't like it for off-road. And when I bought it, I just decided I'm just going to get the biggest one, and if I really need to, then I can always just roll it up and make it smaller. But I never really thought about the other aspects. So if you're a shorter person riding a small frame bike, then you're always worried about this clearance down here, but on a medium-sized bike I didn't really have to worry about that. But the amount that this dropped down here actually for a mason was a bit of an issue for me, and when I loaded it all up it would wave around the place a little bit too much, and that used to wind me up. So I just thought I would go for one of these, which I have to say is okay. It's only 9 litres, but it's actually not swinging around. It feels far more stable. Yeah, really nice. I do have a rucksack that is purely food, wine and some beers for the evening. So my base weight, as hikers call it, is effectively what's on the bike, and my wet stuff is effectively here. And I do have a puffy jacket in there as well. So that's it. You know, I'm relatively lightweight. It feels nice and light to ride. Yeah. But so at the moment I'm outbound is about 30 miles. I've set off really late in the day, so I set off at about 4:45. Chris was going to come with me, but I don't know whether to, you know, he did a big ride last weekend, 270 miles over a couple of days, importantly in the heat, and importantly it looks like he picked up an infection or something. So to Chris I can't decide whether I'm going to say get well soon or man up. I don't know, you know, I'm offering a bikepacking Saturday night with me, a 50-year-old, up on the hills, and he's backed out of that. I can't believe it. He must have something better to do, or he is genuinely ill. I think he is. I don't think he would miss out on something like this. Right, 650Bs are on, so I've taken a massive gamble and done something really stupid, I suspect, and that is 650Bs, which are my byways. So WTB byways, 47mm. I don't know what they measure up. If Chris was here, he'd measure them up, but I don't know what they measure up at. I probably should care. I probably should. But the worrying thing is that I've just made them tubeless today, so I am hoping they have seated properly, because there's a 50-50 chance, I would say, based on my past experience with these, that I'm going to have a flatty in the morning, which will really wind me up. Oh no. and I really hope I don't, because I've brought out my 700C spares and not my 650B tube. Oh well, I guess we'll find out. So stick with me. It could get bad. I'm going in party pace today, so I've got my baggy merino on, I've got my shorts on, I have sprayed, oh look at that, a whole load of flies. They're clearly suffering at the moment because I've sprayed myself with some insect repellent, which has got I think it's called heat or DEET in it, I can't remember, and it's for ticks, tick season around here. So I have protected my legs, all my shoes are treated to kill off any ticks, because it is going to be tick fested up there, I'm imagining, so I've got to be relatively careful. God, I've got loads of flies. I bet that was quite a nasty end, landing straight into that stuff. So without further ado, I'll get there, and yeah, I will give you a rundown of the tent. I'll set it up, give you a rundown of the tent, compare it to the others, and just take you through my gear, and then drink wine and head home. See you later. Okay, I do wish that when they sold these the bags that these come in, that they gave enough strap on there, or they just thought a bit more about the straps for bike packing. So I've had to add these two salsa straps on, and they're not really doing the job. The ones that it comes with just aren't long enough to go around everything I need, including the poles, and then come around the bars as well. They're just not long enough. They're about that much too short. That makes no sense to me. Why would they do that? The bag is meant to be waterproof. It doesn't look it to me. Maybe it is, it might be. Okay, climbing has started. So it's about 1,000 feet. Nice gentle climb up, about 7 degrees, 7% rather. I've got a squeaking cleat, 1.5 squeaking cleats. Oh, I wish I'd brought my spares with my little tub of grease, but got to keep it lightweight. I'd also have one of those 650B Tubolino, the orange ones. They're very expensive, very lightweight inner tubes. Anyway, the good thing about the tent is that you can put it up outer first. As long as you've got a ground sheet, you can clip into the ground sheet that came with it, and that's why I've got it there. Clip in the outer, and then put the poles up, and then go inside and set the inner up. So it is possible, but it's not the normal way of doing it. It looks fiddly. I haven't done it before. I've only put it up normally so far, just the once. So I don't know if I might need that. Yes, I might need that. The clouds are looking progressively darker and darker. Yeah, I'm running tight on time. I'll stop talking. Oh, I can feel the first drops of rain. Did I bring my waterproof? Did I? Trying to keep it lightweight. However, I didn't bring my lightweight waterproof, but I brought a bottle of wine. My priorities are all messed up. What I should have done, instead of the bottle of wine, you can decant it into an Gene that folds up. I should have brought that.
Tyler Durden, make them holler murder. Take them to the highest point of the earth, no need to follow further. The shit is universal, no time to do rehearsal. I never take a break, that shit is too commercial. I wasn't raised different, I was made different. Flow don't fuck around like it was raised Christian.
Smart move. That's a smart move right there. So in the UK, or is it just England? I don't know. There's Portugal has now been moved from a green to an amber country, which means that if you've got holiday booked in there, you're kind of scuppered. and I've got a feeling it's going to happen more and more. So if you've got a plot of land with a really pleasant field, yeah, pop-up campsite, you're going to make a killing. Yeah, so getting tents and things like that, you'll find a lot of them are out of stock. So this tent was really difficult to get hold of. I tried 6 or 7 different companies that were UK, Europe based, and you know, you put your email in, they let you know. But 3 or 4 times, as soon as I got the email, I got an email, go on there, and the tent would just be gone. You got to be really quick to snap them up.
Learning to acknowledge while accepting what I'll never know. Living in the moment while we can, cause you never know. Just take the energy you got, baby, and let it go.
Came to spit a sonnet, sonically colder than comets. Surf a rocket to the moon and can't nobody stop it. I'm hyperbolic, my words curve, extra wavy. You'll paint a map of the sky.
Just had another little moment thinking about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow morning. Probably what I do every morning, and that is a shit. But I'm staying lightweight. So, no shit tickets. And I'm pretty regular. And it's not a switch I can turn on or off anymore nowadays. So, yeah. Anyway, fingers crossed, no punctures. I'm going to have to phone the missus. I just realised, new phone, USB-C, not a micro. So my charger ain't going to work. That's why I've got a list of every time I go out bikepacking, except today, that I get out and I run down, check chargers, yeah, this, yeah, that, yeah, shit paper, yeah. I don't reckon I'm going to get all the way to where I wanted to. I might have to pitch up short of that. But it's been a little adventure. And without any shit tickets, it's going to be even more of an adventure tomorrow.
A couple Bitcoin.
Right, so I think I might go and camp down there. So that wood line runs along the top there, and then at the top, just over there, would be a great little spot looking down over Taunton. And the important thing for me is that I can get from there down to my mum's for a poo and a bacon butty in the morning. That is now plan A. Okay, I reckon this will do. It's a nice spot. It's got a brilliant view. Yeah, it's a great view. It's only about halfway along the Quantox. I wanted to get to the other end, but to be honest, I don't think I'm going to get a lot better than this over there. There was a great little spot that I'd kind of pinned down that was sort of viable for having a fire. As well, but it's not going to be cold tonight, and I'll be honest, I would just be doing it for effect, so it's not really worth it. So and there is wood over there and lots of little bits here, but I think this is a nice little, really pretty little spot, so I don't want to mess this up for other people. Yeah, so there's Minehead down that way, Taunton, my mum's, a shitter and a bacon butty is down that way, and home is that way. So it's a lot of downhill, woohoo, into Taunton, and I'll give her a ring tonight and see if she's up for it, for making me breakfast. I'll go and buy the breakfast on the way, actually. Yeah, I'll do that if I don't need the poo first. Oh, and I also forgot my eye mask. I know, but it is worth it. It really is. In the summer when you're trying to wild camp, Otherwise, I wake up at 4:30. As soon as the sun comes up, whatever time that will be, I will be awake straight away. Another thing which is on my list of my bikepacking list, there we go. Live and learn, don't you? Okay, well, great success. It's gone up clearly, but I've got to be honest, I'm not a tent person, and that didn't go up quite to plan. But the great thing about that tent is that it's freestanding, and I'm going to come on to the differences between the 3 bikepacking tents from Big Agnes. This one's freestanding, which meant that over there, once I put it up, I realised that it was too rocky, it was too much of a slope, that it simply wasn't going to work. So the great thing is I just unpegged it, picked it up in a bit of a breeze, so it was a little bit dramatic, but we all got there in the end, and there we go. I haven't put the guidelines out yet. I might do, because the thing's rocking and rolling a little bit. Wind's coming from that way, so I think I've got it the wrong way, really. And for cooking, I should have probably put it sideways on, but the great thing is it's got 2 doors, 2 vestibules, so I can easily just go and cook, open the door on the other side, and just go and cook on the other side. So why did I get that one? Well, we'll compare all 3 in a second, but what I really wanted was something big, something that was a proper 2-man, that I could get my son in there as well, that had 2 doors on it, because I like the idea that I can cook in one area and have one vestibule as cooking, the other I can put my gear and things like that. If I take my son, he can get in and out the other side quite easily. Freestanding, because I think that's really important if you're going to go and do bike packing. You never know where you're going to end up pitching, and a freestanding tent is a real big bonus. For me anyway, I can just see all the little benefits of having one. Not all the time, but you know, sometimes. So when it's a bit rocky and you can't get the pegs in, or when you're down on the beach, this thing will just deal with it, and you know, with your weight in, it's not going anywhere, hopefully. Yeah, I wanted headroom, really important for me. So I'm 5'11", and I really wanted 100 centimetre headroom, so that I can sit on my pad and sit on my gear and still not be banging my head. The minimum is really sort of 94, 95, but as soon as you sit on something, then things just don't go as well. Your head ends up over like that. So my Carbon Reflex 1, that was 96 centimeters, and as soon as I sit on anything, my head's like this. And it wasn't a big area at the top, it was more of a sort of triangular shape at the top. So yeah, this has got loads of room. Okay, it does have bikepacking features. So the other thing I was really keen on, so I whittled it down from 8 down to 3, down to this one. And the Big Agnes tents were in the top 8. All 3 of those were in the top 8. But this is the one that really came through in the end, and I'll compare them in a second. Another key selling feature of the Big Agnes is the fact that they're bikepacking specific. Now, I'm not going to get over the top about that, because when you look online at the other reviews, I'm just watching it because I'm just scared it's going to go somewhere. Look at the online reviews. There are little features, like there's a little holder, and I'm not going to show you now. I don't even know where it is, for your helmet. So you're meant to be able to just slide your helmet into some thing somewhere. Yeah, can't see that yet, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do it. So I'm not going to use that feature. There are these little hooks at the top here where you're supposed to be able to put your wet gear. I'm probably not going to use those as well, but what I do really like is the 12-foot poles, and the pack size is really important to me. So when you're bikepacking, I think weight is important, but for me, pack size and pack volume is far more important. It depends on the ride, doesn't it? If it's really hilly, then the weights are really important. So yeah, so 12-foot poles is really good, and they all go together real quick and easy. So 12-foot poles, and the pack size is just right, so that not only does it go on your bar bag really easily, but if I want to go backpacking, it slides really nicely down into my backpack sideways on, if you see what I mean. I don't have to put it, you know, most tents are really long because of the poles, and you have to slide them in lengthways going down. I prefer packing the other way. Woohoo! You know what, I can see the benefit of a tent. There's no wind in here, all my stuff is just spread out. I've got loads of space. It's comfy. I've got a great view. I don't have to worry about trees in the way in order to get the view. I can just go and pitch up on a hill like this. I'm more worried about the thing flying away in the breeze at the moment. I need more pegs, but I can definitely see the benefit in the tent. Oh, I'm gonna have a really good night. No fire tonight, but I'm gonna get my little gas cooker up going here. I brought the little one, the little BRS. So because I can't cook a fire, I really hope that works, because I'm kind of relying on it because I'm keeping the weight down. So only one gas burner. Yeah, I just hope I don't need a poo tomorrow morning, because I'm going to be in some trouble. But this is beautiful. I've got an amazing view out there over the Vale of Taunton. I can see Taunton, Wellington. Over that way is Minehead, which you can see. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So I'm going to get some dinner on now. But before that, what I'm going to do is just talk you through the 3 different Big Agnes tents and just compare them. Okay, what I'll do is just talk through the 3 of them, and I'll just try and put them up here a little bit so you can see. So up on the, I'm going to use my little notes here. So up on the left hand side here, we've got the Fly Creek UL2, the bikepacking version. In the middle, we've got the Copper Spur, which is the one I'm in here, UL2. And then on the right hand side here, we've got the Tiger Wall, which is the 2-man version as well. Right then, pack weight first of all. So for the Fly Creek, we're looking at 1.19 kilograms. For the Copper Spur, we're looking at 1.59 kilograms. And then for the Tiger Wall, we're looking at 1.33 kilograms. So yeah, you're looking at sort of 400-gram difference from this one down to that really lightweight one. Okay, so that's pretty good. Size wise, so the pack size for the one I've got, so the Copper Wall, for the Copper Spur is 18 centimeters by 34 centimeters. The Fly Creek up there is 14 centimeters by 32 centimeters, so it's 2 centimeters narrower in diameter and 4 centimeters shorter in length. Okay, so that's pretty good. The Tiger Wall is 33 centimeters by 17 centimeters, so a little bit smaller than the Copper Spur. Okay, but if you convert that into liters, which to me, capacity on the bike, storage capacity is a really important one as well. We're looking at 4.9 litres for the Fly Creek up there. We've then got 8.6 litres. That's quite a lot more, isn't it, for the Copper Spur up there, just because it's a volume thing. And the Tiger Wall is 7.5 litres. So again, yeah, so quite a big difference there when you start talking about litres. Floor space for the Tiger Wall, over there we've got 2.6. For the Fly Creek up there somewhere we've got 2.6, and for this one 2.7. So not a lot of difference really. Vestibule size, of course this one's got 2 vestibules and the Tiger Wall has got 2 vestibules, but the Fly Creek is just 1 vestibule, and that's 0.7 meters squared. This one is 0.8 meters squared for each one, and the Tiger Wall is 0.7 meters squared for each one, so slightly smaller, the other two, than this one. Footprint, this one is 255 grams, the Fly Creek is 198, and the Tiger Wall is 227. Doors, 2 on this one, 2 on the Tiger Wall, 1 on the Fly Creek. Right, importantly, the one on the Fly Creek is on the front of the tent, and that's one thing that did put me off, because I'm getting older, getting in or out. I've seen other people in reviews saying getting in and out, they really wouldn't prefer the side entry, but there were some other people who said they like the front entry. For me personally, getting older, I like the side entry. It's loads of space and it gives me a great visibility as well, so I preferred the entry for this one. height wise. Interestingly, this one is 102 centimeters and the Fly Creek is 102 as well. So the lighter one has just got that little bit more headroom compared to the Tiger Wall, which is just 99. Price, oh, okay, this one is $499. The Fly Creek is $379 and the Tiger Wall is $449. So there is, as you'd expect with a bigger, heavier tent, there is an obvious price jump up as well. The big thing for me, or one of the really big things for me, was that this one is freestanding, whereas the other two aren't freestanding. And this one also is a darker sort of grey colour. If I'm bike packing, if you're out on the mountains, you want a tent that's going to stand out so that everyone can see where you are. And if you're in trouble, people just know, you know, it's good to know when you get to a spot on a mountain where other people are. So if anyone's in trouble, everyone just knows who's where, or, you know, that they're where people are. Whereas if you're bike packing, because you're on the road, you're just looking for somewhere to go and pitch down. I don't want a really bright coloured tent, and that's really important to me. So this was the best I could do, really, is this sort of dark grey. So there you go, really. That was all three. And so if you want to go really light, then the Fly Creek is definitely the one. What do you lose? You gain money in your pocket, number one. You lose a vestibule and a door, but if it's just you and you want to go light, you know, these are the little things that you lose in order to get it. The door I'm not that keen on, but again, if you're younger, it's not really going to matter. And you're saving quite a lot of weight when you put all that together, and space. So if you want to go really light with a two-man, I probably would have to say that the Fly Creek is the better one. But for me, I want this for backpacking as well. I want to be able to take my kid in it as well. I like the two vestibules. I like the extra space that it's got. Yeah, it's the nicer, bigger, more comfortable tent, and I'm willing to accept a little bit of weight in order to have that versatility. Okay, and the Tiger Wall is another, you know, all three of these were in my top 8, but the Tiger Wall is another, that was a very close, it really was between the Tiger Wall and this one, and I went for this one really based on the colour, and that is probably it, not a lot else. Sorry, the colour and the freestanding bit. So really that's what meant this one sort of got bought. Right, so now I'll do a quick comparison then between this copper spur and the one-man copper spur. Right, so the one-man and the difference, so this copper spur 2 to 1. For the one, you pay $70 less, so maybe 50 quid. It's 300 grams lighter. Pack size, it's 3 centimeters shorter. That's about it. Floor size, you'd expect it to be smaller. You go from 2.7 meters squared to 1.9 meters squared. The height is 97 centimeters. So I wouldn't be that keen, because my MSR Carbon Reflex 1 is 96 centimeters, so there's not a lot of difference. 5 centimeters shorter. The vestibule is the same size, but you just got the one. And the footprint is 80 grams lighter, so it's pretty good. The other one I talked about that was almost exactly like this. It's almost a replica. If I was Big Agnes, I would be talking about copyright. But anyway, the one Tigris, here we go. It's Cosmito, but it does have the long poles. It's 2.45 kilograms compared to copper spur, which is 1.59 kilograms, so quite a big difference there. It's the pack size is 50 centimeters by 16 compared to 34 by 18. Big difference again. And the price, it's only £135 compared to the £450 for this thing. So another tent I looked at was the MSR Hubba Hubba NX. That was a really nice tent, 455 quid, 1.72 kilograms, so slightly heavier. Same floor area, 2 vestibules. The pack size was 13 centimeters longer, 2 centimeters smaller in terms of diameter. Its height was 1 meter. Yeah, so pack size was 46 by 15. So a bigger pack size, heavier tent, similar money. no, this had it for me. So there we go. So right, I'm going to get some food on because the rain is now coming down. I haven't seen anyone. I've got an amazing view. I'm just going to sit here and have my beer and try and get my food on. So yeah, there's plenty of room in the vestibule to cook. I feel quite safe with that. I wouldn't use that that multi-fuel thing I had, no chance. But this thing, yeah, it's pretty safe. It's burning the grass, but that's about it. Yeah, weather is turning pump. Yeah, rain is coming in. That's Taunton down that way. Gas is simple, isn't it? It is just simple. Turn it on and off it goes. And alcohol is absolutely fine as well, but I feel a little bit more nervous about alcohol with it in around a tent, out in the open, where I'm happy that if it spills it's not a big deal because the thing just keeps burning. Whereas this, I've got a bit of control over it. It's noisier. I like alcohol because if I am properly stealth camping and I'm trying to really keep my there's tracks and trails near me, then I definitely want alcohol. But out here, no one knows, no one even cares really, and no one can probably see me if I'm really honest. So and they certainly can't hear this, so I've got no issues. I'm actually really looking forward to being in this tent tonight, providing the wind keeps it down. I need more pegs. Anyway, yeah, so what I'm having tonight, I'm having another one of these really, just because they're easy, and I'm not having that as breakfast tomorrow. I don't have much water. I do have my water filter, and from here I'm heading down into a valley. I was going to head down into a valley on the other side, and get some water on the way with my filter, and then I was going to head out towards Bridgewater and home. My son's driving down from Wales tomorrow, so I want to get back reasonably quickly. But if I have a problem on the poo situation, then I may be beelining it straight into Taunton to sort that little problem out. In which case, screw the water. But I've got enough water for one of these. This is the problem with these. They are lightweight, but you've still got to get the water from somewhere. So really, to have one of these and breakfast is a 750ml water bowl. So, which is where the water filter really comes in really handy. Yeah, and I got a couple of lamb steaks as well. Woohoo! And some garlic bread. And I really hope Chris is doing well and he's not feeling too bad. And I hope he hasn't got the big lurgy. Oh, look at that, we've boiled already. Winner. Right, I'm gonna put you down. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm really impressed that a package the size of that tent gives this level of comfort and allows me to have great views, even though the rain's coming in, the clouds coming down. But I'm not converted to tents because they are fiddly, and I know I'm not going to sleep as well in this. Anyway, I'm going to have my curry, which is all now done, with a bit of garlic bread. Let that go down with then a little bit of wine and lamb steaks. Oh. Actually, what I should add when I was looking at the tents was that I whittled it down from the 8, and that which included all 3 of the big Agnes ones, a couple of MSRs. That one Tigris, I did seriously think about it because the design was just perfect for me. It's just that weight, and I decided to spend the extra money. And really, that's what you get. Designs, they've all got some great designs, and they've all got some great materials, etc. But the money equals weight, and that is the only thing I could figure out. But anyway, I whittle it down to 3, including, and the 3 came out with this one, the Hubba Hubba. I can't remember which other one. But how I actually pinned down the copper spur is because if you go and look at people's best tent of 2020 or things like that, top 10 tents, this one is always in there. It really does get some top reviews from top people in the YouTube area who do a lot of backpacking, etc. Now if you're going to go ultra light, then you go and get a Dyneema one, or you know, those which are crazy expensive with a single pole and their single wall. I don't want a single wall, you know. So dinner time. I'm probably not going to see you, so I'm gonna have a great sleep, unless something magical or disastrous happens. I will see you in the morning. Okay, so there are two zips. So two zips, one comes up there, one comes out there, down there, which some people moaned about. I've got no issues with it. What I do like is that you don't have to faff around. You can just tuck it all in there. Boop, pull that. Just to open it up. So that's that. Let's see what it's like outside. Oh, we're in the cloud. There you go. So this is the space you get. There's, you know, you can get two people in here. It would be a bit of a tight squeeze, but you're fine. You got these little areas here. It's a very big sort of storage area up here. Got another one on the other side, back over there somewhere, up there. But yeah, no breakfast because I can feel the tide coming in, if you know what I mean. I can hear a quad, which means that's probably a farmer. He's over there. I better get packed up pretty PDQ. I'll do more tent stuff, but I'm not becoming a ground dweller. Just an occasional foray into ground dwelling. Yeah, I think he's coming up here. Right. It is literally a race against time to get packed up now because the farmer is in that field. I've seen him on his quad bike wandering around, and I've only seen him because the mist is slowly clearing. But this is open access land, so I can wander around on here. He's cleared it for open access, but I probably can't camp here. Open access doesn't mean you can camp somewhere. Tent comes down really quick, so the outer is basically this. It's a very clever little system for clipping this in. So the outer goes on. The outer just clips 4 clips in. So literally I went round, unclipped all 4 of those, outer straight off in. Now I'm just going to drop these. I mean, a lot of tents are like this now, so I'm literally going to just drop all of these here, and the inner will just fall down, take the pegs out, sorted. There we go. This top member, so you have a clip which goes on up here, but this is a separate thing. So if I just, with one hand, there we go, that's that, just drops down. This is one piece, and what I liked about this is the structure. You've got the 4 members going down, which is a stronger design, I think, than the other 2 Big Agnes options, which have sort of a U-bend here and then a single bar on the one side. But anyway, this is not a review, this is just an initial look. Literally packed up in time. The first dog walker is heading up this way, but there we go. Leave no trace except some brain cells and a bit of a soft patch. So I've got 2 choices. I can either go back over that way down towards my mum's, which is the safe option, if you know what I mean. I can feel the tide coming in still, or I can pop over the other side and risk it for a biscuit. Pretend I'm, is it King Canute? Yeah, head over that way. You never know. When I start riding my bike, my body may just go, okay, all right, we're not going to do that then. Yeah, forgot to mention, my wheels are soggy. My tyres rather. So they've clearly lost a little bit of pressure. The front I reckon is going to be fine. The rear, oh, we should be fine to get me home. So that's really good news, because that could have been a little nightmare, given that I don't have an inner tube with me. I don't have any more sealant, and the pump I've got is a really nice pump, but it's just not man enough for 650Bs, I don't think. I need my Lesign for these. So I really have cuffed this little night out. I haven't planned it properly in terms of the kit I'm going to take. My route, etc., was again not particularly well planned. This section I didn't realise how slow I was going to be, and so I didn't get as far as I wanted to go. But I really didn't think about my kit. I just chuck it all together and let's get going. Yeah, and you do that and you make one little mistake, like, you know, if my tubeless had failed, you know, this morning, I would have no tube to go in there. I would have no sealant. You know, lots of little things on this trip that I have just forgotten to bring with me. So I've got a go-to list, and that list has got pretty much everything that I would ever want to take bike packing, and it's been really reliable. All the little hints and tips I've got from other people's videos I've sort of built on into this list. Most notably shit tickets, which could end in disaster. However, if I could keep moving and tell my body that it's not going to happen, and keep thinking it's not going to happen, then I might be okay. Oh, really? Oh, I have to take it back with me. Why am I picking up other people's crap? I'm an idiot. I need to do a poo. I love these woods. I friggin' love these woods. So it's a mountain bike trail. So I was going to do the road, which goes all the way down to the north side of the Quantox. But there's this mountain bike trail, and I think it might go. I just hope it stays with the road. Yeah, there are people car camping all back there. There's a lot of rubbish. So that's 3 times now I've stopped to pick up other people's rubbish. I'm just gonna have some fun down here for a little bit. I'm gonna have to put you away because I can't carry you, because I haven't brought all my mounts and stuff, because I didn't check my list. Oh well, sorry. Wow, what a pleasant ride that was through Bridgewater. Never. I've been through there so many times, never done the full canal bit, other than the stopping and starting for dog walkers, which is fair enough. That was great. Bombed through, lots of gravel, flat and fast. Definitely my only route through Bridgewater from now on. Didn't get mugged once. Straight onto more gravel. I'm a genius. I'm a gravel genius around here. Yeah, so I'll take it all back about this bag actually. So all I've done is just take my own 2 straps, strap this onto the front, and actually it's absolutely fine. I might do a little modification with a bit of foam or something, just to push it out a little bit further. But overall, yeah, great success. Yeah, Copper Spur are just really good tents. They've got great reviews. It is cavernous compared to my other one. You know, a complete world apart. You can live in it without having to sleep in it. Really nice. Yeah, tons of headroom, good space for me and one other with a bit of a squeeze, all doable. So inside tent, amazing. One other thing I didn't like, and I think it's with all tents really, are the zips. And the only thing I didn't like about them was that they catch on the material a little bit too easily, which started becoming a little bit boring after a while. Setting it up, really simple. The ground sheet is really expensive though. It's like $70 or £70, I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, for what it is, that's really expensive. However, the big benefit about it is that because of the little clips it's got on there, it allows you to set up the outer first. So if it's chucking down with rain, you can get the ground sheet down, peg that in, put the outer, clip that onto the ground sheet with those little buckles, and then go inside with the poles in the dry, put it all up, put the inner up inside as well. I do like that, so that's the only reason I went for that ground sheet. Okay, it's getting quite busy here. Of the 3 tents, the Tiger Wall is a really nice middle of the road. It gives you the 2 doors, the 2 vestibules. It gives you almost everything, slightly less height, but it's not freestanding, and that's what you got to pay the extra $50 for, and the slightly extra bit of extra size, etc. For and weight. So yeah, but if you want to go really lightweight, then that Fly Creek looks brilliant. That was the most important thing, then that's what I would go for. If I didn't want to use this tent for backpacking and to take out with my son, that's probably the tent I would use. I could probably still use that tent, I'll be honest, but I really want the freestanding option. And I think if that had been freestanding, I would have taken it. Yeah, to put it up took me 15 minutes. It could have taken me 5 or 6 minutes, I'll be honest, because I had to reposition it and a bit of faffing and the wind. And I'll be honest, I left the tent while I pitched moved the ground sheet, and the tent went off, and you didn't see that on film, which is probably a good thing, because I looked like a right novice chasing my tent. Anyway, the bikepacking features, I'm not interested in them really. They're little things on the top, and I didn't even find where the helmet, there's a little helmet mount where you can mount your helmet on the outside of the tent. I've got that space. I'm just going to take it inside the tent with me, keep it dry. You know, so those little features I'm not really interested in, but I am interested in the 12-inch poles. They fit on there beautifully, and like I say, as well as that onto there, you know, that's really good size. Those are 42-inch bars. So I'm going to leave the video there. This is the first time I haven't had my morning constitutional in the morning, first thing in the morning, for months. So I think my body has just realized, my guts have just realized this is not going to happen, so there's no point in even asking. So that's really good news. I've survived, and I've survived with my tubeless. I've survived all my stupid little mistakes, the things I forgot. Take care, and see you next time. Oh yeah.